It's Alvin Gentry's fault that the Pels didn't succeed. That's a trash narrative. Let's go.
Al 1 de mayo.
Yo, you can make the case that Gentry should have been fired because when you look at the talent that he had and one playoff appearance in 5 years, I mean, yeah, that's kind of elementary. So let's take a look at that one season in the 5 years that the Pels were able to make the playoffs under Alvin Gentry. What the hell happened? What was this mysterious occurrence, this anomaly, this outlier, where that 1 year in 5, they were able to make the playoffs? Well, let's take a look at what they did. Oh, you mean they went and put a top 10 player next to their already top 10 player? They went and brought DeMarcus Cousins, traded for him, and put him next to Anthony Davis. You had Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins side by side. Yeah, that will put you in the playoffs. So let me get this straight. The Pels put talent around their best player and magically they were able to win more games than they had prior and after. What an amazing concept. Look what a job the GM did for that 1 year, putting a real legit stud player that's in the same caliber as his best player. And what a surprise, having 2 of the top 10 best players in the world translated into wins. We could really just break this down really simply. It's really not that difficult once you go back and surmise everything that transpired, right? So the Pels finally go get Anthony Davis some help. They go bring in DeMarcus Cousins, who's a top 10 player in this league, especially back then. So now you have Boogie and the Brow. They were doing no limit covers. It was amazing. They were playing well together. Boogie had a 40, 20, and 10 game. The 10 being assist. I think Wilt was the only one who ever did that prior. I mean, Boogie was cooking next to AD. Because who you doubling, right? Who you doubling? You got 2 top 10 big men who can literally do it all on the court at the same time. Who you doubling? Anyway, Anthony Davis could feed the ball to him and take a possession off. That had never happened in Anthony Davis's tenure prior. That's a different type of level of basketball when you're someone of Anthony Davis' ilk, in his caliber, when you can give the ball to another guy and not even worry about it, and you can catch your own breath, take a breather, take a possession off. That helps teams in the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, I just don't understand how this is Alvin Gentry's fault. I mean, when you look at the simple fact that he left 2 rings on the table for the chance to coach up Anthony Davis. And it took them 3 years to surround him with enough help to capitalize off the fact that he's coaching Anthony Davis. Then that player's Achilles went boom. That's no fault of Alvin Gentry. Then you bring in the fact that once that transcendent player who was already there, Anthony Davis, realized, oh, they're not bringing back DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, I'm not going to get a lot of help to carry this franchise forward. Peace. It's time for me to be out. Once you decided to trade Anthony Davis, they should have let Alvin Gentry go at that point in time because this is not what he signed up for. You don't leave Steph and Clay and potentially 2 more rings on your finger to come coach up Etuan Moore, to go coach up Jackson Hayes, to come coach up Frank Jackson. This is not what you do that for. So after tricking off the original deal, they go and get whatever they can get. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, a.k.a. Young Reaper, Josh Hart, and they get that magical pick. That magical pick turns into the league gifting them with the alleged next transcendent superstar, face of the franchise, face of the league, and Zion Williamson. And okay, well now you're like, okay, but now Alvin Gentry's got some time. He has to have some time, right? Because now you're rebuilding a whole roster on the fly. Him and David Griffin are allegedly boys, although he just fired his boy even though he was there to take all the L's and the ownership change and the trash training staff that had to be revamped on the fly. Yeah, somehow Griffin had more stroke in the organization than, okay. Now when you look at it, you have to incorporate a rookie phenom, all the Lakers that came over in the Anthony Davis deal, and Drew Holiday, and whatever remaining pieces of roster you can put together. And Alvin Gentry only got 1 year to figure that out? Huh? It's also not Alvin Gentry's fault that David Griffin comes in and takes a lesser deal than the one that was sabotaged, but somehow got praised for it. None of that is Alvin Gentry's fault. It's also not Alvin Gentry's fault that the transcendent rookie, allegedly, got injured and only played 19 games before the pandemic. It's also not Alvin Gentry's fault that we got photoshopped images of that transcendent rookie looking in amazing shape only to show up to the bubble in Orlando that's not really a bubble, looking like a butterball of energy. Oh, by the way, when you get that transcendent talent back inside the bubble that's not really a bubble, you're only going to be allowed to play him 25 minutes a night. So, all right, be good. Be really good and be very careful with that, because you're going to have to capture the 8th seed outright, or at least be in striking position of this play-in tournament with your transcendent player that you're putting all your hopes on, that we're going to base your future coaching career off of. You're only going to be able to use that player 25 minutes a night. And then we're also going to have you baby him even less than that and make him miss key moments of winnable games against teams you should be losing to on paper. We're also going to have you play him less than 25 minutes in those games as well. So have fun and good luck with that. And that's why you left Steve Kerr and 2 rings on the table. So how are you building this man's wind up? And what are you building this wind up for? It's not like you're building this wind up to play for the next 3 months. You're building this wind up to play for the next 2 weeks. 25 minutes? He can't play more than that? The organization is babying Zion Williamson. And it's either going to come down to him demanding to play more, or someone in his front office is going to have to grow a pair and make it happen. But Alvin Gentry is collateral damage in this. So the narrative that Alvin Gentry was justifiably fired by the New Orleans Pelicans. Trash narrative. This is what I do here. If you like this type of content, there's a lot more where that came from. Check this video here and this video here to catch more of what I do. Trash narratives. Subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications, all that type of good stuff you're supposed to do it here on YouTube. And I'll get up with you again soon. I'm the Sam D. Peace.